People pleasing is real. What is one way in which you can get over people pleasing? People pleasing is something that a person does when they choose to bypass their own needs, their own wants, and their own desires to please or to have an overture of wanting the other person to like them in some way. So you ingratiate yourself to that other person or that situation or that challenge that they're experiencing over the needs and wants of yourself. There's two ways as a recovering people pleaser that I am. There's two ways that I have implemented not people pleasing in my life. And here are the two ways. First and foremost, I look at my everyday as a battery. I get 100 watts. If I spend 75% of that energy doing something or working towards somebody else's life for the benefit of somebody else, and 25% for myself, what do you think happens over the course of a week or 2 weeks or a month or a year when you're living your life in order to support or to energize or to build someone else above yourself? It's incredibly draining. It is debilitating. It swipes all the energy, all the love, all of the all of the beauty out of your life because you're so focused on pleasing other people, and resentment is only the bottom layer of what you end up doing to yourself and how much you depreciate your value and your worth just to please, love, support another person above yourself. So that's one way that I applied that within myself, is just recognizing, okay, my old person would do something like this. I was just telling my girlfriend Mariama this. So my old person would say, if a friend of mine called me and said, hey, I have this electrical outlet problem, I don't know what to do with it. Old Vanessa would have said, oh my God, I will bring my tools over. I will come over and help you fix it. And if we can't fix it, then I have an electrician on board. Because I want to help that person so much more than whatever else I was doing. Their situation is more important than anything else I had on my docket back when I was younger. And then I would end up coming home and going, oh my God, why would I do this? I just spent so much time. We couldn't fix it. And then why did I volunteer to hire an electrician to fix their problem when it has nothing to do with me? And then when you start analyzing for yourself your own behavior and your own patterns of behavior, for me, I recognized that what I wanted was someone to like me, or I wanted to show people in good favor what a good person I was. This is what I did when I was younger. You grow out of that quickly because it's exhausting and you're never authentically true to yourself. The second thing that I did outside of the 100% battery, where I would, give someone almost all of my battery life and leave myself with nothing, like 10, 20 bars to go for the rest of the day. The second thing that I did is that I would do my best to, we say discernment, right? Detachment. But I would take myself and look at myself almost from outside of my body and look at the situation play out in the reality of what's going on. Because what happens to a lot of us, to all of us human beings, is whenever there's a challenge or a situation, or you have a friend that's going through something, when you're a people pleaser, you look at it through the lens of, what do I wish someone would do for me if I was in that same situation? Instead of looking at the situation of, this person is going through a challenge or a situation. How can I be of support instead of going in to fix it? So when you are in a challenging situation, or you are with a friend or a family member that's going through a challenging situation as a people pleaser, the best recommendation I have, because I've used it myself, is to look at it almost from like an outer body perspective and watch yourself in that situation and look at it for the reality of what it is, not through your lens of your life experience, but actually look at it from this is the problem, this is the challenge, this is the solution. What does this person need to do in order to be able to solve this problem without you doing anything to engage or participate or fix for them? And then you can kind of come back into yourself and go, yes, this is a difficult situation you're in. So, how can I support you in you solving your problem instead of going in and taking everything over to fix it? And these are the two things that I have applied in my own life that have helped me. And then, of course, I've taught my clients later on with the theoretical and the practical and the psychological aspect, which gave me a full understanding as a recovering people pleaser of how do you take challenges and situations that your friends, your family members, your loved ones are going through and help them and be supportive and them following through and solving their own challenges without my coming in as the recovering people pleaser and fixing everything for them just to be liked or loved or appreciated in some way. Because that challenge or situation really has nothing to do with the people pleaser. It's something that's groomed within you from childhood. And the beautifulness about self mastery is recognizing just because this happened to me in my childhood and I was ingratiated or I was groomed to learn to be like this, doesn't mean that you can't learn to do something else. So I trust as you're out here in beautiful feminine spaces land that if you happen to be a people pleaser or a recovering people pleaser, just remember that your life begins and ends with you, and your friend and your family members and your loved one's life begins and ends with the individual person. It's not your responsibility to fix anything for anybody else. You can be supportive. You can show love and support. You can, even if they ask you for ideas, for solutions, you can absolutely share those ideas and solutions without having to engage and solve it for them. So I trust this little bit of information helps you in your magical life, because all of this is part of self mastery. And when we learn how to master ourselves, then we can work so much more effectively in our relationships and gain that wisdom and then make those conscious decisions in our life that make us beautifully live life with a conscious lens. And that's what feminine spaces is all about. Pussily Puss.